Welcome back to More History. During this episode, we'll be looking at European motivations for exploration. Our big question for this video is, why would Europeans be motivated to explore other parts of the world? Before we look into those reasons of why Europeans wanted to explore and colonize the Americas, we must recognize that America was not discovered by Europeans. Native American Indians lived in the modern United States, and there were indigenous peoples of Meso and South America that lived there long before European colonization and exploration. There is also evidence that the Vikings had sailed and landed in Newfoundland around the year 1000. In the process of looking for a sea route to Asia, explorers end up in the Americas. With the opportunity to colonize the New World, the major European powers had motivation for exploration. Historians usually recognize three motives for European exploration. These are also known as the three G's: gold, God, and glory. During the Renaissance, some Italian merchants became wealthy from trading spices from Asia. Instead of making others rich, Europeans decided to cut out the middleman and get the spices from Asia themselves. Europeans had continued to search for a trade route to Asia, but they were also interested in how they could benefit from the Americas. Europeans wanted gold. Having large amounts of gold made their countries wealthier and more important. However, gold and other precious metals like silver were scarce in Europe. Everyone wants gold. I know I do. Europeans were always looking for gold while they were exploring. Europeans were also in search of other natural resources they could ship back to Europe. Natural resources were abundant in the Americas, and these materials were desired because they could be used to make goods in Europe that could eventually be sold to make a profit. The Crusades provided some of the groundwork for the Reconquista, or the reconquest of Spanish lands that were under Muslim rule. Another religious motivation was that the influence of the church was strong in Europe. Kings and queens believed it was important to spread the Christian religion. They were motivated by this duty and sent missionaries on many of their expeditions to spread their religion. Missionaries wanted to convert indigenous peoples to Christianity and to teach them how to worship like Christians, even though many of the indigenous peoples had their own worship style and religion. European countries were rivals who competed to expand their empires. Competition between the Portuguese and the Spanish motivated both nations to explore and to colonize quickly and aggressively. More land meant more gold, more resources, more trade, and more power. Most Europeans believed their own culture was superior to that of the people in other parts of the world. They saw the indigenous people of the Americas and Africa as uncivilized and uneducated. Also, explorers would be considered heroes if they found new land and gold for their mother country. There are three main reasons Europeans were motivated to explore other areas of the world. These are known as the three G's. Gold. Everybody wanted as much gold as possible. God. Christians felt like it was their duty to spread Christianity throughout the world. And glory. If you were one of the explorers that found new land and a lot of gold, you would be considered a hero to your mother country. In the next episode, we'll be looking at tools that help make exploration possible. If you haven't watched my video on the Incan Empire, check it out on my channel. Thanks.